Hey you guys, it's Carolyn from Homesteading Family, and today I'm out in the cottage garden where we're going to be talking about how to use roses medicinally, and we're going to be making a great face wash for dry, sensitive, or maturing skin. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wish that you guys could smell this rose because it is such an amazing smell. And it's really important to remember that when you're working with roses for medicine, you want these good old-fashioned type roses that have a lot of smell to them. The new roses can be used medicinally, but you're going to be lacking a lot of the properties. So when you're looking at using a rose for medicinal purposes, you're really wanting to look for either a Damascus rose, which is what this is, a Gallica rose, which is the French roses. There's a few other good old-fashioned roses. The wild dog roses are great roses to use, but you really want to make sure that they have a nice, strong scent. That signals to you that they're going to have a lot of potency on the medicinal side. And of course, you would always make sure that you don't use anything that's been sprayed, fed with chemical fertilizers. You just don't want to add any more chemicals either to your skincare or to your body if you're using it for an internal medicine. Now, roses can be great for using as a tea to stop diarrhea. They can be wonderful for colds, things like sore throats, a cough. They can be really helpful in tea form for those things. They're really noted to be good for headaches when you have infused a wine with them. So white wine infused with rose petals is great for headaches and for depression. They're noted to be very, very safe. So they're safe for pregnant women and nursing women, and have very, very few contraindications to them. So it's a great medicine to have for a family herb garden. Now, today is a very, very wet day, so this is not a great day to harvest any medicinal herb, especially something with these very delicate petals. You can see how much water is still in this rose. So I'm just gonna harvest one and show you how to do this. So the best time to harvest almost any medicinal plant is in the morning, as early as you can on a dry day, not like today, as soon as the dew dries on the plant. This is a time when the sugars in the plant are going to be at its highest. The aromatherapy components of your plants are going to be at its highest, is that early morning. And you're going to get the most smell out of your plants in the early morning too. So it's a really good time, even if you're gathering these things for something like a potpourri, you really want to do it in the morning times. The way you're going to harvest it is you're going to pull off the entire flower bud. Now this is important because you're essentially deadheading your roses at the same time. When you remove this whole part, the whole flower part, not just the petals, you're telling the plant to keep making more roses because it did not successfully reproduce. So we want to take that whole part of the rose off. Now, once you get that off, the part that you're going to use medicinally for any sort of medicine that's using the petals is just the petals. So then you're immediately going to want to pull the petals off of that flower bud. Just like this. You can just do this by hand. It's actually a very, very lovely job, and it smells really good. You're going to enjoy doing this. Okay, now if you want to use this for something like infusing wine or for making a tincture or for making a tea, you can of course use it fresh like this. You don't need to do anything with it. But a great way to keep this for longer, and for something like our face wash that we're going to be using today, we need to dehydrate these petals. So we're going to go inside and talk about that. All right, now we have our rose petals inside and we're ready to go ahead and dehydrate them. Now the great news about rose petals and working with them is that they're very delicate and they're very thin. This means they're very, very easy to dry. You can just dry them on the counter without any additional heat in most places, as long as you don't live in a place that's really humid. If you live in a very humid place, you may want to put them into an oven with just the light on. You don't really want to add any heat to these. So all you're going to do is bring your rose petals inside and lay them out on, they don't need to be exactly single layer, but don't let them get too thick, onto some sort of a shallow pan, a cookie sheet. You could even put them just directly on a counter with a little bit of parchment paper underneath them. And then every so often, whenever you walk by it, you just want to kind of toss them a little bit so that all sides of them are getting nicely dried. Now, if you need to do this in an oven with the oven light on, you do the exact same thing. You would just put them on a cookie sheet, slide them into the oven with just the light on. You don't need any extra heat, but you would go ahead and want to leave that oven slightly cracked open to allow the moisture to leave. And every so often you just come by and kind of fluff them up with your hand and move them around. If you do that, it really shouldn't take more than about 10 to 12 hours to dehydrate them fully. But you want to get to a place where they're crispy. You can hear them in here. They're very like crunchy, crispy, because for this recipe, we want to powder them or almost powder them. We're going to grind them up a little bit. But even if you're just wanting to save them for teas throughout the year or other medicines, you want them to be all the way dry with no moisture left so that they don't mold in storage. Now, when you're ready to store them, a mason jar works great for them, just like everything else. And you just put them in there, fill it up, making sure again that they are completely dry with no moisture left. And go ahead and cap that. And they're ready to sit on your shelf out of direct sunlight and hopefully out of, too much heat. Don't store them above your oven or above your stove. But these will sit and retain their smell, their color, and their medicinal properties for about a year until it's next harvest time. So it's a great way to keep your rose petals. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to making our face wash. All right, I love this face wash because it is super moisturizing to your skin. Roses are just a slightly acidic, so that means it adds a nice toning effect to your skin, and it's really nourishing. Okay, I also love that it's so easy to make and doesn't require a lot of fancy ingredients. All we have here are 4 different ingredients. We have some rolled oats. This is 2 tablespoons of rolled oats. We've got a 1/4 cup of our dried rose petals. Now that means you're going to need to start with over 1 cup of fresh rose petals to end up with a 1/4 cup dried. A 1.5 cups should give you plenty. And then we have a 1/4 cup of honey. Try to use good quality raw honey. That's going to give you some additional benefits. And we have a good quality facial oil. Now in this I'm using the rose hip seed oil, but you can use whatever you have on hand, a sweet almond oil or whatever you like using for your skin. Rose hip seed oil is kind of the best for the maturing skin, and so I really like to use that. That is about 1 teaspoon of oil, and I just went ahead and mixed that into the honey. Now, whenever you're working with honey, it's always easiest if it's slightly warm. You don't want to kill the properties of the raw honey by making it hot, but if you can warm it up just a little bit in a warm place in the room, that's really going to help you mix it. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to grind the rolled oats and the rose petals together. Now, we're not looking to powder them completely, but we want to get them almost to the level of a coarse flour. Now you can do that with a mortar and pestle if that's what you have on hand, but I gotta say it's not that efficient and it doesn't do a great job at turning rolled oats into that powdery like substance. So I really like to use my coffee grinder. Now I know people always say use a different coffee grinder for your coffee than you do for herbs, but somehow I've just always made it by with our actual coffee grinder. Now I would not recommend doing this if you're grinding garlic, but if you're using it for something like rose petals and oats, it's a very, mild flavor to it. what I found as a trick is to clean the coffee grinder both before and after you use it for your herbs by just taking some whole grains. This is oats, but you could use whole wheat also. And go ahead and grind that up first. And that's gonna clean this coffee grinder. And I do this for all sorts of different herbs that I'm gonna grind in here. Oop. And just give it a good grind. Okay, now I'm ready to just wipe this out, and it's clean enough to go ahead and use for our face wash. All right, now I'm ready to go ahead and put my oats in there and my rose petals in. And again, remember, we're not trying to completely powder these. So you're just gonna wanna go for little spurts and kind of check on them. And look at that, that's just about perfect. Okay, now this part is really easy. You're just gonna mix these in to your honey and oil combination. Now, don't forget to clean your coffee grinder again when you're done. Otherwise, you will have very rose flavored coffee. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this in really, really well. Now, one of the things that I love about this face wash is not only is it wonderful for cleansing and moisturizing your face at the end of a day, it's kind of like a cleanser, toner, and moisturizer all in one. So it's a really great product. But it also makes a really, really good face mask. So if you have a couple extra minutes in a day and you want to put it on to wash your face and just leave it on for a few minutes, then that is really going to help moisturize your face. And you are going to be able to feel the change in your skin within a couple days. It's very quick. So you can see I just mix this together very, very thoroughly. Now, I am going to keep this in a jar with a lid on it in my bathroom, and this will keep on the countertop at room temperature for 1 to 2 months, as long as you don't get any water into it while you're using it. I like to make it in these small batches and then just keep those dried rose petals on hand for when I need a fresh batch during the winter. And then you can just keep it with a lid on it like that. And when you're ready to use it, you just scoop out a little bit and use it in soft, gentle motions on your face, washing with your face, and then wash it off with warm water afterwards. And you're really, really gonna enjoy the effects on your skin. Enjoy. If you want to learn any more about using herbs and growing your own herbs for health, check out some of my other videos on growing herbs and having a cottage garden. Take care, you guys.